Yesterday, we witnessed something truly remarkable. Ozzy Osbourne, the godfather of metal, the prince of darkness, was laid to rest. And what unfolded wasn't just a funeral. It was a rare, deeply moving glimpse into the heart of a family navigating unimaginable loss. What made it so powerful wasn't just the music or the fame. It was the grace, the sheer generosity of spirit the Osbourne family showed in allowing the world to be part of such a sacred, private moment, inviting us into the most painful, intimate day of their lives. And what we saw was raw, real, and heartbreakingly human. From the very beginning, it was a hometown goodbye. The procession started in Aston, Birmingham, Ozzy's roots. The hearse paused at the Black Sabbath bridge and bench where fans had turned the spot into a makeshift shrine blanketed in flowers. You could hear the chants, Ozzy, Ozzy, echoing through the streets. Thousands lined Broad Street, fans on rooftops, lampposts, bus stops, all there to say goodbye to the man who put Birmingham on the map.
It's almost like losing a loved one.
He's the godfather of metal, and he created the genre. Managing to get this close, incredible.
And then came the music. A local brass band, Boston Brass, played Iron Man as the hearse passed. Later, they broke into Crazy Train, and it was electric. It turned a moment of mourning into a celebration of life, chaos, and the beautiful weirdness that Ozzy embodied. But nothing hit harder than seeing the family. Witnessing Sharon sob, absolutely heartbroken. She was Ozzy's rock from the very beginning, helping him rise again after Sabbath let him go, becoming his manager, and pushing him to pursue a solo career, releasing Crazy Train. Every chapter of Ozzy's solo career was also a love letter to her. They were married for over 40 years, and through everything, they stood together. Watching Kelly, Jack, and Amy holding her and one another. It was just beautiful. Seeing Kelly in Ozzy's signature glasses and his chain, a gesture so simple and symbolic, like she was carrying a piece of him forward. Amy, who's always kept her life private, showed up with a bat-shaped brooch. Jack wore a silver cross pin, and Lewis in a purple tie with skulls. And Sharon with Ozzy's wedding ring around her neck. But what really got me was seeing Sydney, Kelly's beautiful son, in the arms of her fiancé, Slipknot's Sid Wilson, just thinking that Ozzy won't be there to walk his daughter down the aisle. He won't get to see Sydney grow up, but also feeling comfort in knowing that he was there for the engagement. He got to be a grandfather. He got to make that little boy laugh time and time again. The private ceremony took place on the family's estate, a quiet, sprawling 250 acres in Buckinghamshire. A lakeside stage had been set for loved ones to share their tributes, including Sir Elton John, members of Black Sabbath and Metallica, Marilyn Manson, Corey Taylor, Zakk Wylde, Rob Zombie, Youngblood. Ozzy was buried at the edge of a lake, a place he chose himself. His resting spot was marked with a wreath that read Ozzy fucking Osbourne and a floral arrangement that simply spelled Ozzy. Just absolutely perfect. He wanted to be buried at home, and he is at peace in the place he loved most, surrounded by the people who loved him best. What an extraordinary way to leave this world. Just weeks ago, Ozzy stood on a stage one last time on his terms for the most iconic farewell show of all time, a final act that raised nearly $200 million for children's hospitals and research into the condition that caused him so much pain so that others might not have to suffer the same way. There is nothing more selfless, generous, brave, or more metal, rock and roll, punk rock, or downright superhuman than that. And just when you thought it couldn't get more surreal, outside Buckingham Palace, the King's Guard performed Paranoid, a royal brass band playing heavy metal on sacred ground. This wasn't just a tribute, this is transcendence. From the streets of Birmingham to the gates of Buckingham Palace, only Ozzy. Goodbyes are deeply personal, and the truth is the world didn't need to be there, but the Osbourne family let us in anyway, into the tears, the silence, the symbols, the family. After decades of giving us his voice, his vulnerability, his madness, his family gave us one final gift, the chance to mourn with them, to remember the man behind the myth, the husband, the father, the grandfather, the soul behind the scream. His funeral wasn't just a goodbye, it was a transformation. Grief into gratitude, sorrow into song, and through the tears, one thing remains. Ozzy lives on in all of us. He was ours, and we were his. Rest in power, Ozzy.